From the Presidential Palace, Manila, Dateline Malacañang.
Good day. Radio Pilipinas World Service can also be heard on shortwave broadcast through the shortwave facilities of the United States Agency for Global Media, or Voice of America, on the following shortwave frequencies: 15.640 MHz, 17.750 MHz, and 21.720 MHz. I'm your host, Leo Magpayo, and this is Dateline Malacañang. Malacañang has ordered work-from-home arrangements in government offices and alternative learning modes in schools across Metro Manila and 14 provinces Monday, as heavy rains from the southwest monsoon or habagat continue. Under Memorandum Circular Number 123, signed by Executive Secretary Ralph Recto by authority of the President, government offices in the National Capital Region or NCR and the provinces of Ilocos Sur, La Union, Zambales, Bataan, Rizal, Cavite, Batangas, Occidental Mindoro, Benguet, Pangasinan, Abra, Tarlac, Pampanga, Oriental Mindoro, and Bulacan will shift to work from home. Public and private schools in these areas are directed to adopt alternative learning modes for all levels unless otherwise ordered by local chief executives. The circular, issued on the recommendation of the National Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council, or NDRRMC, anticipates continued heavy rainfall. Agencies providing basic and health services, disaster response, and other vital operations will remain open. Local chief executives may also suspend classes or government work in other areas, while private companies retain discretion over work arrangements.
Dateline Malacañang.
Malacañang is urging Filipinos exposed to floodwaters to seek immediate medical consultation as government agencies intensify measures against leptospirosis and other rain-related diseases. The palace issued the advisory Sunday amid widespread flooding in Metro Manila and nearby regions due to the enhanced southwest monsoon or habagat. Press Officer Claire Castro said, President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. has directed the Department of Health, or DOH, to take proactive steps against illnesses linked to prolonged rainfall. Consultation and doxycycline are available free at health centers, though Castro cautioned the antibiotic is not advised for pregnant women and children under 12 without medical assessment. The DOH has also set up dengue fast lanes in hospitals nationwide and is preparing clean water containers and chlorine tablets for affected communities. Households uncertain about water safety are advised to boil drinking water for 2 minutes after reaching a rolling boil. Castro warned against waiting for severe symptoms such as fever, yellowing of the eyes or skin, or reduced urine output before seeking treatment for possible leptospirosis.
Dateline Malacañang.
Meanwhile, Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. has ordered government agencies to stay on heightened alert and coordinate closely on water releases as the enhanced southwest monsoon continues to affect several parts of the country. Malacañang said Sunday the president is closely monitoring flood-prone areas and communities near dams and reservoirs where water levels are rising. President Marcos directed agencies to take preventive measures to protect communities and critical infrastructure, ensuring coordinated management of dam water releases. Several dams in Luzon have reached spilling level, but their water levels are being closely managed. Palace Press Officer Claire Castro said the president will continue to oversee developments and ensure agencies are prepared to respond as weather conditions evolve.
Dateline Malacañang.
Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. is calling on Filipinos to take an active role in addressing social issues, saying citizen participation is vital to building a Bagong Pilipinas or New Philippines. In his latest vlog, the president thanked those who sent letters and messages after his fifth State of the Nation Address or SONA, urging the public to continue engaging in discussions on national development. The president read letters from young Filipinos raising concerns about health and hunger, including one from the Youth for Health Coalition, highlighting a family struggle with dialysis and food insecurity. President Marcos pointed to government programs such as Walang Gutom, rice distribution, and school feeding initiatives as responses for these concerns. Another letter from coalition convener Alaya May Lozari called for stronger measures on health issues like alcohol use and second-hand smoke. The chief executive assured that citizens' voices will continue to be heard, underscoring that progress requires not only government action but also active public involvement in shaping the nation's future. Let us listen to the vlog of Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.
Isang magandang araw sa ating lahat at sana ay nasa mabuti kayong kalagayan. Halos 2 linggo na ang nakaraan nang ihatid ko ang ika-5 State of the Nation Address. Nababasa ko ang mga sari-sari niyong reaksyon at nagpapasalamat ako sa lahat ng sumubaybay at nakinig sa ating mensahe. May ilang katanungan ang ating mga kaibigan na sasagutin ko sa vlog na ito, mula sa paghahanda ko sa SONA hanggang sa ilang pang mensahe na ating tinalakay. Una, tinatanong ako kung ako ba ang nagsulat ng aking speech dahil paano ko pa raw may susulat ito sa busy ng aking schedule. Ang katotohanan, ang buong-buo yung unang bahagi at saka yung huling bahagi, ako mismo ang sumulat noon. Mahabang proseso ang pagsulat ng SONA speech. Inumpisahan namin ilang linggo bago pa nung SONA, may team kami, pinag-usapan namin ano yung dapat isama. Lahat sila nag-research doon sa bawat subject matter, yung mga statistiko, yung mga pangyayari, kung ano yung mga nangyari, kung ano yung pa yung itutuloy natin gawin. Ginawa namin yung flow, ano yung mauuna, ano yung mahuhuli, ano yung nasa gitna. Pagkatapos noon, siyempre, lininis na namin. Pinaganda ko yung lengguwahe. Nagbago tayo ng kaunting mga salita. Yung iba in-English ko, yung iba ginawa kong Tagalog. Dahan-dahan, binuo namin. We fine-tuned it so that, alam nyo po, iba ang pagsulat para sa mga babasahin, iba yung pagsulat para sa pagsasalita. Kailangan gawin natin for rhetoric rather than for reading. Ang final na draft, ang pinakahuli ang yung actual na speech na ginamit ko, tiniyak ko na nasa boses ko ang lalabas. Ay may nagtanong sa akin kung tapos na yung SONA, ako hanggang sa pinakahuling oras, meron pa rin akong binabago. At ang katotohanan, nung lumabas na yung speech ko, meron pa rin akong binago habang ako nagsasalita. Kaya basta't may naisip ako na mas maganda pwedeng pagkasabi, yun ang aking ginagawa. Pangalawa, Mr. President, nakailang draft kayo bago nyo ma-finalize ang speech? Nasabi nyo ba ang lahat ng gusto nyong sabihin? Naku, ang hirap sabihin kung ilan yung draft. Kasi pinaghati-hati namin. So yung unang meeting namin ay tinignan namin yung unang 1/3 at inayos namin. Tapos susunod na meeting, the next third hanggang sa huli. Hanggang natapos namin. Tapos titignan namin yung isang buo. Siyempre, kailangan namin ayusin kasi yung sa simula, masyadong mahaba. Kasi basta isulat nyo, saka natin aayusin. So, dahan-dahan namin ginawang mas maiksi para naman hindi umabot ng 2 oras kalahati ang speech. Masyadong mapapagod ang tao. Pati ako, mauubos ang boses ko. Ang kasunod na katanungan, nasabi nyo ba ang lahat ng gusto nyo sabihin? Ang katotohanan, hindi. Marami kaming nailagay na kailangan na namin, hindi namin na maisama dahil masyado na mahaba. Kaya abangan na lang ninyo sa susunod na SONA. Pangatlo, ang tikas lagi ng pagdadala nyo ng barong. Sino ang mananahi? Pumili ng damit ninyo. Ang mga damit ko, lalo na mga barong ko, ay ang kapatid ko si Irene. Siya ang naghahanap, laging naghahanap yung pag may nakita siya na magandang barong o magandang damit, ay kukunin niya at sasabihin niya, gamitin mo ito. Siguro mga 1 month before nung SONA, meron na siyang pinadala na barong. Sabi niya, ito 5 magandang barong, mamili ka. Pang-apat, ano ang special preparation ni PBBM sa araw ng SONA? Dapat pag araw ng SONA ay wala nang kailangan gawin. Dapat pinagnagahanda na lang ako ng sarili ko para sa pagtalumpati, para sa pagbigay ng SONA. Halos hating gabi na kami natapos ng Sabado, tinapos ko na. Sabi ko, ayusin na natin to. Ito na yung final draft. Buong araw ng linggo, pinapractice ko. Tina-timing namin kung gaano kahaba, pinapractice ko na. Yung practice na nakatayo sa podium, may mikropono, pati yung boses ko, pinapractice ko na lahat. Pagdating ng Lunes, walang laman ang schedule ko kung hindi SONA. Hawak ko na yung speech ko, paulit-ulit ko nang binabasa. Hindi ko binabasa ng malakas ng boses dahil mauubos ang boses ko. Pero binabasa ko para tiyakin ko na familiar na ako. Talagang halos memoryado ko na. Yung araw ng Lunes, araw ng SONA, ay wala nang schedule yun kundi yung SONA. Pagkatapos ng SONA, ay nakatanggap tayo ng mensahe mula sa isang grupo, ang advokasya, ang kalusugan ng kabataan. Gusto ko sanang i-share sa inyo ang mga sulat na ito. Supposedly, ay hinihiling nila at talakayin ko ito sa SONA. Ito nga, yung sinasabi ko na, hindi lahat ng bagay ay matatalakay pero hindi nangangahulugan na hindi ito importante. Napaka-importante nito. Maraming salamat kay Alia May Losari, ang convener ng Youth for Health Coalition. Kaya't babasahin ko po ang kanilang sulat na ibinigay sa akin. Magandang araw po. Ako po ay isa sa mga kabataan na binanggit nyo sa mga nakaraang ninyong SONA, maging sa mga commercial nyo sa SHOT TV noong eleksyon. Nais ko lamang po magbigay sa inyo ng pananawagan upang siyasatin ang tunay na estado ng ating bansa tungkol sa kalusugan ng ating mga kabataan. Nagugutom po ako sa bahay at sa school. Nagdadayalis na po si Papa at si Mama na lang po ang nagtatrabaho para sa amin. Ang sinabi nyo, the strength of the nation lies in the well-being of our people. Pero paano po yun kung ang mamamayan nyo po ay may sakit? Kung wala naman po, nagdudusa sa gutom, lubos na gumagalang. Ang pagpirma niya, kulot. Totoo yan at hindi magiging maganda ang kalagayan ng ating bansa kung ang ating mga kababayan ay ginugutom. Kaya't meron po tayo dyan ng walang gutom program upang makapagbigay ng tulong para sa ating mga kababayan na nangangailangan ng pagkain at hindi nakakatiyak na makakain ng 3 beses sa isang araw. Meron naman tayong ginawa na programa na nagbigay tayo ng pondo sa ating mga local government para makapagbigay sila ng mga tigsa 10 kilong sako ng bigas sa ating mga kababayan na talagang nangangailangan. At ito'y ginagawa namin hindi minsanan, kung hindi 6 na beses sa bawat taon. At bukod pa ron, meron tayong ginagawa na feeding program para sa ating mga kabataan sa mga eskwela. So, lahat ng mga kinder, grade 1, ay binibigyan natin ng pagkain para yung hindi nila iniisip kung saan sila kakain, kundi makapag-aral sila na mabuti. Tapos, yung grade 2 and above, lahat ng mga nangangailangan, meron din silang feeding program para hindi na nila inaalala, hindi nila nararamdaman yung gutom at makapag-aral sila na mabuti. Ito po ay naging isa sa pinakamalaking problema kung kaya't hindi makapasok ang ating mga kabataan. Kasama pa doon yung yakap program, hindi lamang ang mga estudyante, kundi pati mga magulang, pati na yung mga guro ay nagpapatingin at kung kailangan nila, binibigyan sila ng konsultasyon, binibigyan sila ng gamot na ginagawa lahat para tumulong sa kanila. Yung ama ng sumulat sa atin ay nagdadialysis ay pinadami na natin ang suporta ng PhilHealth para sa mga nagdadialysis at saka yung tulong natin para sa mga gamot ay dinagdagan natin. Kaya halos libre na ang mga dialysis patient. Bukod pa ron ay para sa mga nag-cancer, para sa mga HIV/AIDS, para sa mga mental health, lahat yan ay pinarami natin. At ito'y tulong para naman mas maging maginhawa ang buhay ng ating mga kababayan at makatulong tayo sa kanilang kalusugan. Ito isa pang sulat galing naman kay Ali. Ako po si Ali at mahalaga sa akin ang napag-usapan ang kalusugan ng kabataan dahil dito magiging simula ang pagiging produktibo namin bilang mamamayan. Ilan po sa mga pinsang ko ang nabiktima na ng mga taong under ng influence ng alak. Ganon din sa masamang epekto ng second-hand smoke. Sana po ay madinig ang aking boses na gawing priority ang mga batas tungkol dito kagaya ng House Bill 3887 at iba pang health taxes. Noong nakaraang SONA ay nabanggit ninyo po tungkol sa pag-address ng issue sa malnutrition. Sana po ngayon ay mabanggit at mai-priority ninyo ang mga health issues gaya ng pag-address sa bisyo na bumibiktima sa mga kabataan. Ay naku, tama-tama itong sulat no, Ali. Kaya naman doon sa mga health issues ay talaga naman pinatibay natin ang pagtulong sa ating mga kababayan pagdating sa healthcare. Nandyan na yung ating zero balance billing. Lahat ng magpapatingin o magpapagamot sa DOH, sa Department of Health ng mga ward ay zero balance billing na. At ang mga gamot na tinanggal na rin natin, wala nang binabayad na VAT sa mga iba't ibang suliranin na hinaharap ng ating mga kababayan. Nandiyan ang DSWD, marami po silang ginagawa para tumutulong para doon sa naging biktima na dito sa mga iba't ibang problema na ganyan. Ang napaka-importante na maganda ang kalusugan ng ating mga kababayan. Ang sabi nga nila, at sa palagay ko ito totoo, kahit gaano ka kasikat, kahit gaano kakayaman, kapag ikaw ay may sakit, hindi magiging maganda ang buhay mo. Kaya't yan ang aming inuuna, kaya't napakataas na priority ang kalusugan ng ating kabataan, ang kalusugan ng ating mamamayan. Dalawa pa lang yun dito sa maraming iba't ibang sulat na natanggap natin. Lahat ng sumulat po sa akin ay asahan ninyo, bata man o matanda, ay babasahin ko lahat ito. Titiyakin natin na kung meron pa tayong maaring gawin, matugunan ang mga inyong binabanggit na problema, ay asahan ninyo gagawin ng inyong pamahalaan ito.
Sa mga pang-aalipusta, hindi tayo matitinag. Sa manlulupig, hindi tayo pasisiil.
Alam ko na ang SONA ay higit pa sa isang talumpati. Marami pang trabaho ang kailangan gawin para maisabuhay ang lahat ng ating tinatalakay at minimithi bilang isang bayan. Ang inyong aktibong pakikilahok sa mga usaping panlipunan ay mga katangian ng pagiging isang bagong Pilipino. Kaya't maraming salamat sa inyong mga liham at mensahe. Mabuhay po kayo. Mabuhay ang bagong Pilipinas.
He's heard the latest vlog of Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.
Dateline Malacañang.
Moving on, heavy overnight rains from the southwest monsoon or habagat triggered flooding along Araneta Avenue in Quezon City, but water levels receded quickly by morning. Residents said floodwaters reached knee level at dawn, yet subsided within hours. They credited the improvement to flood control projects recently implemented in the area. The Department of Public Works and Highways, or DPWH, had expanded drainage canals and installed pumping stations along the San Juan River, allowing water to drain faster than in previous years. Community members immediately took part in cleanup efforts, sweeping mud and hauling garbage left behind by the flood. Many worked together to clear debris from the drainage system to prevent further clogging. DPWH crews also deployed early, assisting residents in clearing roadways and restoring normal traffic flow. The agency emphasized that its flood mitigation measures are designed to minimize disruption during heavy monsoon rains. Elsewhere, the Radio Pilipinas team inspected Maria Clara Street in Barangay Santo Domingo, which also experienced flooding. Water there receded swiftly, sparing residents from prolonged inconvenience. The quick response from both government and community highlights how coordinated flood control and cleanup operations can reduce the impact of seasonal monsoon rains in Metro Manila.
Dateline Malacañang.
The Department of Social Welfare and Development, National Capital Region, or DSWD-NCR reports that 5,858 families, or roughly 26,000 individuals, were affected by the enhanced southwest monsoon or habagat that drenched Metro Manila over the weekend. Of this number, nearly 5,000 families are currently staying in 93 evacuation centers opened across the region. To support displaced residents, the DSWD has released an initial 3.7 million pesos worth of assistance, including family food packs and other relief supplies. The agency is maintaining close coordination with all 17 cities of the National Capital Region, or NCR, to ensure real-time monitoring and immediate response to the needs of affected families. Officials say the system allows them to quickly mobilize aid and address urgent requirements as heavy rains continue. The combined efforts of local governments and the DSWD highlight the importance of preparedness and rapid relief operations during the monsoon season, which regularly brings widespread flooding to Metro Manila.
Dateline Malacañang.
Meantime, relief operations continue without let-up as the Department of Social Welfare and Development, or DSWD, rushes aid to families affected by the habagat rains and recent storms Luis and Maymay. According to DSWD records, a total of 46,149 family food packs have already been distributed to impacted households across the National Capital Region, or NCR, Cordillera Administrative Region, or CAR, Ilocos Region, Cagayan Valley, Central Luzon, Calabarzon, Mimaropa, Bicol Region, Western Visayas, and the Zamboanga Peninsula. In addition, 1,212 boxes of ready-to-eat food and 356 non-food items have reached disaster-hit communities. These deliveries form part of augmentation requests from local governments, ensuring that families displaced by floods and landslides receive immediate assistance. The agency also reports that 1.61 billion pesos in standby funds remain available, alongside more than 4.44 billion pesos worth of relief resources. These include over 5 million family food packs, 246,022 non-food items, and 348,354 ready-to-eat food boxes, all pre-positioned for rapid deployment to areas struck by calamities. Officials emphasize that this stockpile allows the DSWD to respond swiftly to new emergencies, reinforcing the government's commitment to protect vulnerable families during the peak of the monsoon season.
Dateline Malacañang.
Still with the DSWD, the Department of Social Welfare and Development, or DSWD Field Office, National Capital Region, or NCR, continues its monitoring and field visits to evacuation centers across Metro Manila following the impact of the Habagat rains. Officials say the visits are meant to ensure that the immediate needs of families temporarily displaced are being met. In Parañaque City, teams checked on evacuees staying at Silverio Elementary School and the Phase 3 BF Homes Gymnasium. In Valenzuela City, families housed at Luis Francisco Elementary School in Barangay Valiente, Reales, and Valenzuela National High School were also visited. Meanwhile, in Las Piñas City, 128 families or 539 individuals remain sheltered at the Verdant Covered Court in Barangay Pamplona 3. The DSWD's Disaster Response Management Division continues to coordinate closely with local governments to provide timely support and address urgent requirements of affected families. Officials emphasize that sustained monitoring and direct engagement with evacuees are vital to ensuring relief operations remain responsive and effective as monsoon rains persist across the capital.
Dateline Malacañang.
The National Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council, or NDRRMC, is closely monitoring areas hit by severe weather brought by the Habagat. The NDRRMC has activated its National Response Cluster following reports of widespread flooding triggered by continuous rains. Among the clusters mobilized are logistics, food and non-food distribution, search, rescue and retrieval, health services, law and order, camp coordination, and camp management. To strengthen coordination, the NDRRMC has also activated its Interagency Coordinating Cell, ensuring operational decisions are made swiftly across government agencies responding to the situation. Earlier reports confirmed that around 200 areas in Luzon experienced flooding due to the monsoon rains. Officials say the activation of multiple response clusters allows for faster deployment of resources and personnel, aiming to minimize disruption and safeguard communities. This expanded response underscores the government's commitment to proactive disaster management as the Habagat continues to bring heavy rainfall across the country.
Dateline Malacañang.
Three major dams in Luzon continue to release water as the Habagat rains persist. According to the Philippine Atmospheric, Geophysical, and Astronomical Services Administration, or PAGASA's 8 Monday morning advisory, one gate at Ipo Dam has been opened, discharging 59.3 cubic meters of water per second. At Ambuclao Dam, 7 gates remain open, releasing 467.43 cubic meters per second, while 6 gates are currently open at Binga Dam. Meanwhile, water elevation at Angat Dam in Bulacan has risen to 170.47 meters, up from 161.81 meters recorded the other day. While this is still below the minimum operating level of 180 meters, it is well above the critical threshold, providing a buffer for water supply and flood control operations. Authorities continue to monitor dam operations closely, stressing that controlled releases are necessary to manage reservoir levels and protect downstream communities from potential overflow. The situation underscores the delicate balance between ensuring adequate water supply and safeguarding residents from flooding as monsoon rains intensify across Luzon.
Dateline Malacañang.
And finally, Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. is set to lead a situation briefing at Malacañang this morning as he continues to closely monitor the impact of the habagat rains across the country, particularly in Luzon. The briefing, scheduled Monday morning, will gather updates from concerned government agencies on actions taken and ongoing measures to address flooding and other weather-related disruptions. Officials are expected to present the latest reports on affected communities, damage to infrastructure, and relief assistance already delivered to residents. The President is also anticipated to issue new directives based on the information presented, reinforcing government response efforts. Earlier, the Chief Executive ordered agencies to remain on heightened alert and ensure community safety, especially in areas near dams where water releases may be necessary. The palace underscores that Monday's briefing is part of the Chief Executive's continuing oversight of disaster response operations aimed at ensuring swift coordination and protection of vulnerable communities as the habagat persists.
Dateline Malacañang.
Before we conclude our program, Radyo Pilipinas World Service of the Presidential Broadcast Service can be heard over the following shortwave frequencies: 15.640 MHz, 17.750 MHz, and 21.720 MHz. Radyo Pilipinas World Service is also live on audio streaming. Just download Evox PBS Receiver on your Google Play Store or the App Store from your Apple phone. You can also visit our Facebook page and YouTube channel. Just type in and search for Radyo Pilipinas World Service. Kindly subscribe, like, and share our posts as well. And that concludes this edition of Dateline Malacañang. For Radyo Pilipinas World Service, this is Leo Magpayo. Good day and mabuhay.
From the Presidential Palace, Manila, Dateline Malacañang.